We are never concerned about where you are in relationship to what you want, because we know unequivocally that you can get from wherever you are to wherever you want to be. We felt the flexibility, if you will, of your vibration and your willingness to rendezvous with us in new places. Many of the words that we said are the same as those that you may have heard before, but the intensity of them and a new place was extremely satisfying here. For the most part, you are accepting the reality of this vibrational reality. And now that you've accepted the reality of this vibrational reality, it will show itself to you in more vivid ways, just by knowing that it exists. What you can expect over the next few days is insight about things that you've been wondering about, because you have had a vibrational shift. It means that everything that you focus upon from this point forward, as long as this vibrational shift is active within you, will yield you a different outcome, some slight and some great, that you have received before. You're going to notice some relationships will have shifted dramatically. You have been reveling in the vibrational of the frequency of your inner being. You've been allowing cellular communication in a way that you usually don't, allowing alignment in a more consistent way than you usually do. And the result of that is that we are expecting a lasting vibrational shift, and the evidence of that shift will reveal itself to you. And the best part about that is you're going to have several experiences that are going to make you feel all warm and wrapped up in a sort of worthy blanket of well-being. In other words, you just can't have had a shift and then have the universe yield to you evidence of the shift without knowing your worthiness and your well-being. And that is perhaps the most exhilarating part of this shift that we have felt here today. And there is great love here for you. It's the same question with a lot of different faces, but the essential question would be, what might I do right now? What might I focus right now? How might I feel right now to move myself as quickly as possible to the completion of my vortex as it stands? If we were standing in your physical shoes, our question would be, what can I do to sync up more fully and more consistently with the source within me, to the vortex version of me? And the answer is, you think that we chose you and that you get to just ask any question that you want. But that's not what's going on at all. We know who you are and what's active within you, and we choose you because of that. So the answer to that question is, this vortex that we're talking about, you find yourself, whether you know it or not, in the vortex almost without exception every single day. It just happens. Something happens where the absence of focused, resistant thought allows an in the vortex moment. It might not last very long. So the answer to our question of how to get closer to vibrational sync with who you are is to care about how you feel and be aware of how you feel, and to do 100% of your efforting, of your affirming from inside the vortex. Things would be so much easier. All the work you do from outside the vortex, while it might move you, it would be so much easier for you if you were just aware that you're in the vortex or right on the brink of it, and then you would just milk your way in. And then, most important, stay there long enough to establish a frequency long enough to get law of attraction working around it in order to establish a vibrational shift every time you go in the vortex. Imagine if you just stumbled in and then maintained and then practiced the vibration of being in the vortex long enough that you affected a stabilizing shift in your vibration, your entire world, everything else from that moment would shift for you. the conversations that would come to you for the rest of the day would be shifted because of the shift in vibration. The memories that you're pondering would be different because of the shifting that you've accomplished. That your digestion would shift, your metabolism would shift, your vitality would shift, everything, the parts of your body and the way they relate to one another and your relationship with every person, place, or thing would shift because you took the time to shift into a different vibrational frequency. How about that? And you do it by recognizing, feel pretty good. What is it about this moment that feels so good? Why do I feel so good? Feels so good. It feels so good. This feels so good. Why does this feel so good? What is it about this moment that feels so good? Is it the air? Is it what I'm seeing? Is it what that person just said? Is it what I was thinking about? Is it because I was breathing deeply? Why do I feel so good? Want to stay here. Just stay here a little longer. Just milk it a little longer. What feels so good about this? Why does this feel so good? Is it the music? Is it something I saw? Is it something you said? Is it something I thought? Why does it feel so good? I like how this feels. I want to stay right here. I love this feeling. Just milk it. Just milk it. Just milk it. Just milk it. Just maintain the vibration of it. Because you'll slip from it because life will cause you to. But just that little bit of staying there has changed your relationship with who you are forevermore. You will not be the same person after that much in the vortex focus. And when we use the word effort from inside the vortex is a whole different word than effort outside the vortex. Because effort inside the vortex is going with the flow of things. Effort outside the vortex is bucking your own current, and it's hard. Best answer ever.